Hello and welcome to another episode of The Art of Confident Driving. Hello, my lovelies. I hope you are well. Now, today I'm just going to have a very quick chat about the driving test. Now, each state will have their own driving test manual to go by. They're going to be reasonably similar, certainly here in Australia and most of the time in New Zealand as well. But do always check your own state or territory road rules. So here in Queensland, we've got what we call the QSAFE, which is the Queensland Driver Licence Assessment. Now, in this is basically how the examiner is going to be assessing your driving skills. You can access this. It's not just for instructors. You can actually go to their website and access this whole thing. There is a lot of reading to be done, and truthfully, your instructor should be able to talk you through all of this. And if at any time you are with an instructor and you're not certain that the information they're giving you is correct, A, question them, and B, if you're still not satisfied with their answer, why not pop into a test centre and ask the examiner, or at least download the QSAFE manual. I will at some stage be talking about how to choose a good quality driving instructor. I will make that a complete episode because I've got many, many stories of poor instruction, if not even really bad instruction that has cost a student a test. So it is important that you don't just randomly choose an instructor. They're not all made equal. I've written about that on my old website. So yeah, be very cautious. I would at least just have one lesson and see if you like the instructor, see if you agree with what they're saying. And if not, that's okay. You can try another one. The other thing I'll say before I go on any further is, of course, you can always access the free Keys to Drive lesson, which is provided by the Australian government in conjunction with our motoring association in each state, so your RACQ, your RACV, NRMAs. So if you're not certain, you can go to those websites as well, but it's keys2drive.com.au. So that's KEYS, the numeral 2, DRIVE.com.au to access your free driving lesson. You only get one, so make it a good one, guys. All right, so back to the driving test. Now, the first thing I want you guys to know is the examiner, he wants you to pass, right? She would love to take your money to give you your new license. I get a lot of students getting in the car saying, is this examiner good, or are they going to fail me? I'm like, they are just there to assess. They are not there to automatically assume that you're going to do something wrong. We want you to pass. We want you to pass easily. We don't want to put pressure on you guys. So that's the first thing you need to understand, is they don't want to fail you. Think of it from their point of view. Would you like to give bad news all day? It'd be horrible. Poor person. So they do want to pass you, right? And as I say to my students, don't give them a reason to fail you. So the other part about the test, the most important part about the test, is obey the road rules. I'll say it again, obey the road rules, okay? That is your number one priority. It never ceases to amaze me where I've had a new student call me saying, I just failed the test because I didn't stop at a stop sign. That is absolutely within your control, isn't it? I mean, does the sign say slowly roll through? No, it says stop. So stop at the stop sign and do not exceed the speed limit. There are no reasons to exceed the speed limit, guys. Stay under. Now, we don't expect you to stay 10 under. In fact, that's dangerous. I don't even recommend 5 under. You'll tend to get a little bit of possible road rage from the people around you if you're constantly 5 under. Because think about it this way. If you're going up a hill and you're 5 under and you haven't gone on the accelerator, you're now 10 under, if not even 15 under. You're really going to upset the guy behind you, aren't you? So again, we're trying to avoid road rage. We're trying to avoid pressure situations. So we want you to be somewhere close to the speed limit. Sitting on the speed limit can be tricky. So if we're in a 60 kilometre zone, how about we sit 57, 58, 59, somewhere in there, okay? Just somewhere in that nice, easy spot. You've got a little bit of leeway. If you're heading towards the speed limit, okay, we'll just back it off the accelerator or even go to the brake, whatever is necessary. All right, so when you're actually attempting the test, this can be nerve-wracking. So again, relax, do not rush. This is the most important thing. The amount of students who make mistakes because they've rushed. My goodness. Are you in a rush to get to school or work or uni or anything? No, you're just on a lovely drive. And if you haven't already listened to it, go back and listen to the Sunday Drive podcast I did in an earlier episode. It will give you the attitude you need behind the wheel when you're doing the test. You don't need the extra pressure. You just want to relax. You want to take your time, do the procedures one step at a time. The other thing about the test, we don't expect a perfect drive. There's no such thing, right? That at least 30% of my students get 100% on the driving test. In other words, 0 marks lost. But this is not expected, right? We do expect students to make mistakes. We are prepared for that. We are ready for it. What we are looking for is how are you going to cope with that? Are you going to fall apart? Or are you going to go, oh, okay, I made a mistake, I'll fix it and I'll get on with the day? Are you going to get all upset and go, oh, no, I made a mistake, when in actual fact, it's happened. You can't change it. And the more important thing, if you're still thinking about the mistake you just made, guess what's going to happen? Yep, you guessed right. You're going to make more mistakes because now you're not concentrating on the job at hand. It's happened, guys. Leave it on the road behind you. Don't let it cloud your judgment about what's happening next. Driving is complex. You need your concentration on what's happening next, not what's already happened. Okay, so what to do when you make a mistake? Depends on the mistake. Most things on the test are what we call non-critical driving errors. So in other words, they're only worth a point or even maybe not even a point. It depends on how badly it was. So if you, for example, give the curb a little bit of a kiss on the reverse park, you haven't hurt the car, you haven't hurt anything. That will only be 1 point, if at all. It depends on if you even touched it, if you're that close. I had a student the other day. She attempted the test. We did the warm-up lesson before the test. She did give the curb a tiny little kiss, which truthfully only I noticed. Even the examiner wouldn't have been that scrutinous about it. So yeah, I noticed a little touch of the curb and I said, okay, so what are you going to do now? And she literally had a quick panic attack. Guess what? I want you to stop, take a breath and have a look around and really think about what do you need to do to fix this problem. And it was then she realised, oh yeah, I just need to whack her into drive and roll forward and fix it with my steering. And she did, and she fixed it perfectly. So truthfully on the test, she wouldn't have lost 1 point, and she didn't, which was lovely. So that's the point we're going to make is we don't mind if you make a mistake. It's how you react to that mistake that makes you a good or a bad driver. Okay? Stay calm. Fix it or forget it. And then get on with your driving. Again, if you're attempting the test, number 1, have a good night's sleep, please, guys. Don't turn up tired. Also, be well hydrated. Again, if your body is not working in its best working order, then how can you expect it to help you out? And stay calm. No matter what, just stay calm. You're there to do a job, and that is to drive, okay? Doesn't matter how long the test goes for. You're just there to have a nice drive, give the person next to you a comfortable drive so that you get back to the test centre with a big smile on your face when they turn around to you and say, yep, you've passed. All right, so best wishes for your happy and safe driving. Test day, best wishes for that, and we'll see you out on the roads.